Hey there traders, welcome back for episode 36 from the stockbandit.tv. It's the place where you can always find trading videos to make you better. Alright, so in this episode what I want to do is kind of help explain the psychology that's at work in stocks which are in the early stages of uptrends. And you're going to start looking through the charts right now and notice that there are quite a few stocks that are all of a sudden in rally mode after this market has finally started to make a little bit of a turnaround. Now whether that's going to last or not is a completely different topic, but back to the subject at hand. Specifically, I want to talk about why stocks or indices tend to make more sharp advances at the beginning of a trend than they tend to make in the middle of that same trend. You might have noticed a stock like this one that really has made an abrupt change of character here. Look at the volume here as this stock finally took off and started running higher, and then it spent roughly 5 days here moving kind of sideways. It sort of started to digest that move or put in a minor pullback or a rest, started to build a little bit of a base, and then it finally showed some continuation to the upside following that. And this is a pretty common thing to see. You see a stock that takes off running one direction, finally makes a little bit of a sloppy base or a temporary rest, and then it finally gets back on the move in the same direction as the initial move. So really it's at this point that the rest phases start to become a little bit lengthier in duration. What's happened is the momentum players have all joined the picture during this move right here, and by the time the stock has made a secondary move higher, all these momentum players are already in there, and very few new momentum players are being attracted. And so as a result, the stock has already seen a big move already in a very short amount of time. And what it needs to do is take a little bit longer of a breather before it's really ready to go again. And this is actually a healthy event. So just take it, for example, this stock right here spent 5 days in the initial rest. It has spent 8 days in this secondary rest, and it's still resting at the moment. It has yet to begin that third move higher. So what's interesting is that the mindset of traders really tends to sort of be kind of like a poker game up here in this secondary base, where everybody's sort of looking around trying to figure out what's going to come next and who's going to blink. And you'll notice that the volume really starts to taper off significantly during that rest phase because really there's no action being taken on the part of traders. But once this face-off really comes to an end, another meaningful move oftentimes will continue in the same direction as the existing trend that's already been put in place. And so, it's true that you don't get paid without taking risk in the market, but really during these rest phases like this that we're looking at here, I just don't see any reason yet to take any action. And so my personal preference is to wait and designate a level and then wait for that level to get crossed, and that's going to be a spot at which I feel like the stock is going to be back on the move, and that's where I'm going to look to enter a trade in this type of a setup. And so really the next time that you see a stock that's just started to show some good momentum and starting to put in some rest, don't expect that first rest to last very long. Generally the odds are that the psychology at work is going to really motivate traders to just keep on pushing it, because it's still just starting to make ripples across the market pond. Now usually after about that second move, you'll notice that the stock really is more likely to start spending a little bit more time resting, and once that waiting game comes to an end, it just might offer you another chance to get on board. Alright, thanks as always for joining me once again. I'll definitely see you soon with more videos, but in the meantime, trade like a bandit.